Welcome to WeConnect. Mark Brown is an internationally acclaimed public speaker, and he addresses as many as 200 presentations every single year. Many years ago, he won the World Championship for Public Speaking, and of course, it's our great pleasure to actually have with us a communicator like Mark Brown. Mark, thank you very much. Now, one of the philosophies that you expound is to entertain, to uplift, and to inspire people. Do you think that is really possible from the way one actually addresses groups?
Oh, certainly. First of all, thank you so much for the honor of being here with you today, Jennifer. Yes, it is possible because I believe our lives lived can be inspirational. We have a gift, the spoken word, the tool whereby we can communicate effectively with young and old alike. And the truth is, our words can either put people down or lift them up. One of my main goals is always to leave an audience thinking, feeling, and acting differently. And I believe the spoken word can be a wonderful tool for inspiring people to change the way they live and improve the lives of those around them as well. Right. I really believe that.
Right. But do you think this is something that one actually masters as you go along? Can you actually learn to speak like that, to be effective?
Yes, I believe so. Some people have been given the gift of gab. I've been told you can just do it naturally, and that's wonderful. But the truth be told is one can learn to be an effective communicator. There are opportunities and programs available. People go to classes, they study books. Me, I learned a lot from the Toastmasters program. I'm here in Chennai this week because of Toastmasters. And I learned through that program how to speak more clearly, when to use pauses, eye contact, how to use visual aids, body language. These little nuances that enhance one's style can be learned if one applies themselves to learning these kinds of skills.
Right. Now, it's been 15 years since you actually won this world title, yes, which was organized by the Toastmasters International.
That's correct.
Now, the Toastmasters International is, of course, the largest public speaking organization in the world.
Yes.
And it's growing?
Continually. I have been privileged over the last 15 years to visit other parts of the world. I'm based in Georgia, USA. Yeah. I'm Jamaican by birth, but I'm based in Georgia, USA, and I still get asked to visit districts around the world. Today, I'm in District 82, which is part of India and Sri Lanka. And I've learned that around the world, there is a thirst and a hunger for the skill, the art of effective public speaking. There has been tremendous growth, certainly in Asia. I've been to Bahrain, I've been to Dubai, I've been to Saudi Arabia, I've been to Hong Kong, and I've seen this yearning. How can I learn this skill and become more effective? And I think I know one reason why. I've been studying quite a bit how corporations work. I've been reading job postings, and I've learned no matter what the job may be, from a corporate executive to an assistant in the library, they always ask for excellent verbal and written communication skills for every applicant. I have spoken to human resource specialists, and I've learned that if they have two equally qualified candidates for a position, they're most likely to choose a candidate who has a better communication skills. That's a fact.
Right. Now, here in India, we, until now, have not been paying such a lot of attention to the art of public speaking and to the art of communicating. Sometimes a little difficult, of course, Mark, you need to agree with me, because when it's not in your native tongue, it's a little difficult, wouldn't you say?
I agree. Now, English is my first language, and I realize I have a bit of an advantage in that regard.
Surely.
But what I've been very impressed with is meeting individuals through Toastmasters for whom English is a second language, or even a third language, who have made the decision to devote themselves to mastering the language because they understand it is the global language, it works well around the world, and mastering this language will give you an advantage, and you gain the respect of those who you come in contact with every single day.
I did attend one of the Toastmasters meetings and found it very, very interesting, because there was such a cross-section of people there, and this is what struck me. Do you think that's one of the plus points of the Toastmasters International?
Without a doubt. My first club was the Reader's Digest Toastmasters Club in Pleasantville, New York, USA. We were a corporate club, but open to the public. And we had all kinds of people, homemakers, writers, educators, corporate people. We had someone from our mailroom who used the program to improve his confidence, to improve his communication. He was rather sullen, rather surly, but he began to communicate, he began to smile more. It opened up a new world for him. And the Toastmasters program says, all comers come in. We care not what your background may be. If you want to learn, we're here to help.
Right. Mark, the Toastmasters International is essentially in English. Now, is this a conscious decision that it should actually be so?
I would think so. I can't verify this, but I know the program was based in California. It began many, many years ago by Sir Ralph Smedley, and it is using English as the language of choice. Now, there are clubs literally all over the world. There are clubs that speak Japanese and Spanish and so on. Matter of fact, I was in New York City at the Empire State Building, and I went to a club called the Nichibei Toastmasters, a Japanese-American club, and they would do half their meeting in Japanese and half their meeting in English. But I think the goal is to have everyone speak in English, because I think the knowledge is, the understanding is, it is the universal, the world language. And anyone who masters that is at an advantage. And I think anyone who's bi or trilingual certainly has an advantage by doing that.
But what about the individual accents of people? I mean, you know, there are people from all over the world who speak in very, very different accents. So how do you Toastmaster International get around that?
Well, you know what? I tell people who are concerned about their accent, I said, turn your accent into an asset. I say, use it, don't lose it. I'm Jamaican. You can hear a flavor of Jamaican in my accent right now. I will confess, I have worked hard to modify my accent slightly amongst a more international audience. However, I think one's accent lends itself to causing the audience to listen more closely, listen more carefully, and one's accent also gives the audience a reason to want to learn more about you, your heritage, your background, your understanding, your view on life. It's a great way, I think, for us to get to know each other.
Right. Well, I'm going to get to know you a little more just after a very short break, Mark.
Thank you.
Please don't go anywhere, because we'll be right back with you on We Connect.